Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Vic here, man. Today is Friday, July 17th, man. Coming to y'all with a trade recap. We took a couple trades today. Took three trades, really four. Three trades though. I feel like I've been taking hella trades this week. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all the recap. I've been taking hella trades this week, but man, like we took a dub. Thank you, God. Great day today. 2 hour day, but only on the Apex accounts, bro. I'm a rant before I really start this breakdown. I'm a rant a little bit, man. Um, After yesterday's video, I was advised that to just take the alpha, like not full port and not trade Asia. So I was like, okay, like that makes sense. I'm still in good positioning. There's no need to force. And I was even thinking to myself, like later down the line, if I ended up full porting, I'd be so disappointed in myself because I'm like, there's no need to do that. So I was gonna take it seriously, but like trading two different having to place trades on two different accounts is so annoying and so frustrating because like now you're how would I even put this? Like if one app is bugging, now I can't even word my frustrations correctly. It's just so annoying to have to focus on two different things at one time. Um, I initially took a. I'm gonna let me just break this down. Before I do, let me show y'all P&L on the day. $5,535 on the accounts. All of these are strictly from the Apex accounts. Thank you, God. Um, 2 hour day, great day, big day on the five accounts, Apex accounts. But my three alpha accounts are down 400 on the day. Yeah, I'm gonna break down everything as we go. So coming into market open, I was bearish. We had sold off so much. I wasn't even expecting to really get a trade off today. I'm not gonna lie. We've dumped like numerous amount of points. So I'm just looking for some type of continuation shorts, right? So coming into market open, I either wanted to see this 30-minute gap get hit to then take it slower, or really any type of internal structure, or internal bear gap, right? And there were some 5-minute bear gaps here, but I really wanted to see at least this 30-minute get hit, right? But coming into market open, we initially did get, and I'm not sure if some people took it off a 5-minute gap tap, but you did get a 5-minute gap tap, right? Which is still, I didn't take it, but I don't hate it, right? A 5-minute gap tap into some type of front run. It would have to have been like a front run IFEG. I was low key thinking about taking it, but decided against it. I don't think this is a terrible trade. I would have liked to see us market rebalance price a little bit more to the upside, but it simply is what it is. Then from there, market goes, takes out London low, and as we can see here, market also takes out, let me go to the weekly. It's a weekly low sitting inside a weekly fair value gap. So this is a key area of interest to me, at least, because if market wants to now reverse, I feel like a weekly fair value gap low is a great place for market to do so, right? So we take out this low, we dump a little bit more, then from here we create a 1-minute IFEG failure swing, right? Failure swing. Now hold up 1 second. We create a failure swing off of this leg. I thought it was this leg, but we create a failure swing. We fail to inverse this 1 minute IFG. I didn't draw it correctly, but as you can see, you get the point. We failed to inverse this 1 minute IFG. We resweep the lows, right? And now not only do we have a SMT and SMT here, we also have we also have a weekly SMT with ES with this low, right? Hold up. Why is it like that? Can't even show it properly. Reset. Bro. Hold up, can I? Okay. Is it this one? Let me see ES. Yeah, with ES. I want to put an emphasis on this because I really do like higher time frame SMTs like as such, right? I really do like higher time frame SMTs because they hold very strongly, right? So as you can see it, like I just showed y'all, not only do we have an internal SMT, we have a higher time frame SMT as well, which works wonders, right? So initially I front ran this on this candle. The next candle did not inverse, and like I said, I've been working on this, and a lot of my losses I've actually went through, and I'm going to show y'all after the fact. 2 of my losses this week have came from getting faked out by market off of a inverse, right? So usually I'd be telling myself, oh, I'm gonna start pulling if it doesn't inverse. I find the one time I actually do that, it ends up biting us in the butt a little bit, as you can see. So I ended up taking like a $150 loss on my Apex account on this trade, because I pulled out the trade, right? But on my alpha accounts, I did not pull them out. I just left in the trade because, like I said again, like it's hard to really keep track of both precisely when you're having to worry about 2 different websites, 2 different platforms I'm worrying about. So it's like I pulled this one when it didn't inverse, but in my head it's like I'm not really even thinking about the alpha. So I let the alpha run, right? Then at this point, since we did get the true inverse, I did enter right here, stops at body close. I think this is a great play. We are somewhat lacking internal structure, but as you can see, my break even point is like, in my head, I'm just knowing market will at least take me to the 5-minute bear gap for my break even. But a lot of people, and one thing that's kind of like sucks is that this ends up being a break even trade. And I think even though like I've been working, even though it's normal to go break even at this 5-minute on certain plays like this, I should have known, since we are bouncing off a weekly fair value gap. I feel like, and this is super high resistance in my opinion, I no longer believe, or I don't believe, that this 5-minute gap will now reverse us and send us back down off of 2 SMTs. So I'm gonna say SMT squared plus an inverse plus a change in the state. I don't think this 5-minute gap will then send us back down. So maybe this is not the correct break even, but this ends up being a break even trade on my Apex accounts. I didn't pull on my alpha accounts, and this ends up, oh my gosh. And another reason, I just remembered another reason. Okay, so this ends up running, right? And as this is running, I try to, because since as y'all know, my alpha accounts are behind. They're behind because alpha took away one of my winning days, and I'm unable to copy, like, you feel me? Like, oh my, it's literally such a drag. Like, I'm unable to take some plays I take on my Apex, or sometimes I might not want to risk on my, you feel me? So at this point in time, I'm trying to set my TP for these highs, because it's like, I really don't care about the alpha trades, alpha accounts anymore. So I will be more willing to let my balls hang on certain plays. And this was the play, especially off of the weekly, like I said, the weekly fair value sweep. And this is just a great bid to me. And I go on my alpha trader and I'm trying to set it, because normally you would set it like these, right? Sell, buy, whatever. Then on my alpha trader, I don't know what happened. I tried to set my TP and it automatically pulls the trade. It pulls the trade around this 5-minute gap instead of me holding this trade until these until these highs. So this, at first it was a 600 win. Could have easily been a 1500 day on the alpha accounts, right? But oh my God, it's so annoying, man. Anyways, ends up being a break-even trade. Alpha accounts are up $600 at this point, while Apex are down 150 because I pulled early. And this, at this point in time, we got break-even, right? So alpha accounts are up 600 at this point, and my Apex are down 150. At this point, we keep drawing higher. Market keeps drawing higher. We hit this 4-hour gap, right? And usually how I feel about 4-hour gaps or any higher time frame, like 1 hour or 4-hour gaps, they usually require a resweep. But I can't see this formation. Like, structure is lacking extremely. Like, structure is extremely lacking. But I still, like, when I see formation, like, I can't not take a stab at it. I end up front running this trade, right? I trail my stops aggressively at this point in time. I now trail my stops aggressively. Boom. And we had the quickest reaction ever. And I trailed my stops aggressively on my Apex accounts because that's the one I'm currently watching, because why would I not be on the Apex accounts? And I'm not actively looking at my alpha accounts. And I got stopped in, like, I think it was around $300 of profit at this point in time because I'm trailing aggressive, because I did hit a 1-to-1. I was around a 1-to-1, so I started trailing. Like, I seen 500 profit in it, but I was already down like 150, so that's why I said 350. It ends up pulling. After I pull this, my Apex accounts are now up like 350. But at this point in time, look at this quick reversal. I'm not on my alpha account. Like, I'm not looking at the alpha page. I'm looking on my Apex. And at this point in time, I get trailed in profit. But because of the reaction is so big, by the time I'm now hopping on my alpha accounts, I'm in drawdown because I wasn't able to trail aggressive on my alpha accounts because I'm maining the Apex, the Trade accounts, right? So y'all are following and seeing how frustrating this is, right? And you may ask, why did I take this on my alpha when I already got a win? That's a valid point. But in my mind, I'm maining the Apex accounts, and my Apex accounts, I haven't taken a win on it, right? So it's like, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna still take this bid on both accounts, especially with the alpha accounts being down. Why not try to get back? And I know it's like there's no need to rush. Well, in my mind, I'm still taking a bid I like. Why would I not take it on all accounts? Anyways, I'm unable to trail on my alpha accounts. By the time I go to my alpha account, so I at least get a break even, I'm already in drawdown. So at this point, it's like, I'm gonna just let this whole rock. And as we can see, end up hitting stop loss. And I think this was a bigger loss. Like, I think it was because I was up 600. Yeah, it was a 1,000 loss because I was up 600 on the day, and this loss made me down 400, right? Very frustrating, especially being up on the day and being a trade that I took profit on, right? So if I was still copy trading everything, every account would have been up 300. But because I'm not actively looking at the alpha accounts, because I have to manually do it on different sites, I'm down. Unfortunate loss. Very frustrating. Market ends up chopping. At this point in time, I'm gonna just take my L. Like, and this is what is frustrating, because sometimes it's like, do I keep taking the trades I'm taking on Apex, on alpha, even though my alpha is down, right? So it's like, nah. I tell myself, no, I'm not gonna take another trade on the alpha. I'm gonna just main the Apex since my Apex are now. And it's like, I was up 300 on the day, but it's like, that's not really, to me, that wasn't even really profit. Because it wasn't even a 1-to-1, so I really don't care to get off at this point in time. But anyways, once we've because we are bouncing off the weekly so strong, as well as ES, I am now bullish. I'm now bullish, and we open up this 15-minute gap. And I do understand some would say you are targeting high resistance liquidity, which is understandable. The fact that we put in this big weekly SMT, and we're displacing so aggressively back to the upside, I'm okay with taking longs, right? Boom. We tap into this 15-minute gap. We're starting to get great LR, right? Market was chopping. We sweep down lower, tap this 15-minute gap, 30-second IFEG. There was a 1 minute, but I'm not gonna lie, I did not see that in real time. I'm in off of here. This was a discretionary break even. Once we get this huge displacing candle, I'm break even right here. Once I see $500, $600 in my mind, in the back of my head, I already know I'm up $300 on the day. So especially once I'm at $500, I just start trailing aggressive, end up getting trailed out at here around a 1 to 2. End up, I really wanted to hold to here, but I really, again, like, I really don't care to, especially last day of the week. Able to catch a freaking banger, thank you God. Or at least on the apex, and that's really all I have for y'all, and that's today's trade recap, and looks like we're still trending higher. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did we hit a 1 hour? No, we didn't even create a 1 hour. That's pretty much it, y'all. Let me show y'all P&L on the alpha accounts. This is what I was talking about. Down $408 on the day on my alpha accounts. Brutal. And like, why is this? Bro, this is frustrating, bro. Like this thing just stays here. And sometimes, because I have to go split screen to try to have trade evade on one side and this alpha trade on the other. But when I go half screen, this just sticks on my, bro. It's bro, I could rage right now, bro. Because speaking about this just getting me dumb tight. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking on this is getting me tight. This platform is ass, bro. And them taking away my winning day is like, anyways, we're down 400 on the day. We have $835 of drawdown left. They're like, that's like around 2 trades. They're not cooked yet, but they're so down. They're so behind. I'm gonna trade it regularly, see if we can make a comeback. But like, again, like, I'm really not focused on these accounts. Like, I hope I can still get paid from them, of course, and I'm not just gonna squander the opportunity, because like, at the end of the day, this is still a funded account, and I'm gonna treat it as such, and I'm not just gonna bullshit it. But it's super unfortunate, man. It's super unfortunate. Anyways, let me show y'all trade evade and my Apex accounts. $1,100 on the day, essentially across all 5 accounts. Great way to end the week, man. It's before this, it was finna be a, I think, $300 week. But we were able to clutch up to our day. Thank you, God. I think I'm officially 1 trade away from a payout, from a max payout on here. So unfortunate that the alpha accounts aren't with us as well, because that would have been another 10K payout, max payout as well on those accounts. But it is what it is. I'm still grateful. I think I think I need like 450. So let's just say 500. So that's just 1 trade. Yeah, that's just 1 trade. Man, thank you, God. That's all I can say. Hopefully we can get it up Monday or at least sometime next week, man. That would be a $7,500 payout. We have 2, let me look. We have 2 whole weeks of this month left. Let me see. Yeah, we have 2 whole weeks. Yeah, next week and another full week. I hope we could take a payout early next week and we can start getting ready for another payout. Hopefully by God's grace, I could get 2 payouts this month. Once I get this payout by God's grace, I'm gonna go to 300 risk and just try to get days like those. And I'm not gonna get bigger days than those, so simply so I can quickly spin back another payout, right? If that makes sense. So my consistency isn't overboard. Anyway, let me show you my weekly recap on Discord. 5 for 9 on the week, 2 break evens. Great way to end the week off, but was extremely sloppy. Alpha counts are toast. So unfortunate because they were right there with the apex. Then Alpha wants to take away the winning day and move off trade evade, meaning I can't copy trade, which makes it extremely difficult to trade since I have to manually enter on 2 different sites. Not sure how to explain it, but it throws my psych off. It really does throw my psych off, bruh. Gotta remember to stay in process. July is now halfway done. Goal is 1 payout a month. Super excited for next week. Hope PA's better. Job's not finished. Thank you, God. Yeah, that's really all I have. Let me look at this week. Up 1,600 this week. Thank you, God. 71%. It don't feel like it. I'm not gonna lie. We had a super sloppy week. Three red days on staying in process, but it is what it is. I'm glad we're one trade away from a payout. And I just want to get this cycle restarted, bro. It's taken, I think we're on, for season 2, episode to road to 10K payout, I think we're on episode 17 now. I didn't want it to take that long, but I'm grateful because the first season 1 was like almost 100 episodes, bro. But that's all I got for y'all. Great way to end a week. One trade away from a payout, max payout. Even though it's 7,500, I don't know. Should I still count it as completing the 10K? Because I don't have my other account, so it's like technically it's not a 10K payout. But I don't know. We'll see. That's all I got for y'all. I hope next week is great. I love y'all. It's just a matter of time before we're rich. We're gonna be rich as shit, bruh. Like I say it, bruh. The people we see online don't have 2 heads. Why not us? 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 Anyways, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Why don't you Vic out, man?